Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Today is the first stage of our 90-day launch pad. Listen, stay tuned to the end. I got something special for you. If you watch this whole video to the end, I got something special to help you make this whole process even easier than before. So make sure you stay tuned to the end. Listen, this first stage is so important. We named this first stage The Real You because we want to make sure that you start off exactly where you are. Not where you think you should be, and not even where you want to be, but exactly where you are. This first stage, I use a 3D approach. The 3D approach is diary, data, and direction. Yes, that's what this first phase is about. The goal for this first stage is create a foundation so that you can build on. The goal is for you to never return back to this again. That is the goal. The goal is who you are right now and where you are right now for you to never go back to that. But we gotta make the necessary changes and sustainability options to make sure that we get to where we need to get to. That's why it's so important that this first stage be followed the right way. Y'all ready to get into it? I'm ready to get into it too. All right, let's go. Okay, so listen, on the real you phase, which is I believe is the most important phase, we're going to be dealing with the foundational things, and that's tracking. Tracking exactly where you are, not where you want to be or not where you think you should be, but exactly where you are right now. And it's important, so important that we complete this phase, right? It's not a hard phase. The hardest part about this phase is the tracking because you cannot be on autopilot. You gotta come out of that autopilot stuff. You gotta come out of that. And now we're gonna be intentional on what we've been doing all this time. So what does that mean? You're gonna be tracking your food. Yes, you're gonna be tracking your food. You're gonna be tracking your food. I'm not saying you have to change what you're eating right now. No. What I'm saying is you need to know exactly what you've been eating. It's so important. And from there, we can make the adjustments on what you should do to get you further where you need to be at with your food. So, second, tracking your steps. And this is going to be a little easy. This should not be a hard thing. Tracking your steps means you have one of these devices, or if you have your phone, you should be able to track your steps. We're aiming for about 8,000 steps a day. 8,000 steps. It might seem like it's a lot of steps, but it's not. And there's different ways you can do it. Maybe instead of parking close to the store, you park a little further, get some extra steps in. You know what I mean? Like instead of riding your bike, maybe you want to go just for a walk. Something simple like that. You know, instead of always sitting down all the time, what if you just stood up and just make some steps like this, back and forth? Those are all steps. All of that counts. Get your steps in. 8,000 steps. That's so important. That's going to help foundational wise of movement that we're going to need to move forward. So, number 3, cardio. Listen, cardio, which is going to be so important later on down the road, especially for the other phases. But I want you to start now. And 30 minutes of cardio is all I'm asking for. You might be like, 30 minutes, that's long. Listen, 30 minutes of zone 2 enjoyable cardio. I don't want you in there sweating, killing yourself, and you get off and you all tired. No, that means you did it wrong. You did it wrong. Do not do that. Do not do that. This is what 30 minutes of cardio should look like. You should be able to have a conversation with somebody and doing your cardio, getting your movement in. The best part is you can choose which type of cardio you want to use. As far as machine wise, or if you want to walk, if you want to do the elliptical, if you want to do treadmill, if you want to do the steps. I hate the steps. Whatever you want. And that's going to be stage 2 cardio. Just taking your time. Zone 2 cardio. Just taking your time and however you like it. But you want to get 30 minutes in at least 5 times a day. Now, you might say, listen, I really enjoy it. It makes me feel better throughout the day. I want to do it every day. Do it every day. Don't kill yourself though. You shouldn't be coming out there pouring sweat and you did it wrong. We don't want that. We do not want that. Last but not least, and this is so important, resistance training. We gotta get our resistance training in. Some way, somehow, you have to get it in. I'm only asking for 2 days a week. That's it. 2 days. 2 days of you in the gym or you at home doing some resistance training. That can look in so many different ways. And make sure you stay to the end because I got a way to help you with that also. But those are the 3 things that I want y'all to focus on. Moving more, tracking your food, being honest, because it's not where you want to be. I don't want y'all to go into this thing where you want to be at. I want y'all to go into this thing exactly where you are, and we progress from exactly where you are. That's going to be so important in all of this. It's so important, right? And remember the 3D effect: diary, data, and direction. Y'all have to get the diary out. That means you got to be tracking everything. From there, we can use that data and show us what we need to adjust to become better in those things. And lastly, you'll get the direction that you need for the next go around. So that's why these first 30 days are so important. Now I'm glad y'all stayed with me. I got one more thing to talk about. Once we spend those first 30 days getting to know the real you, we're going to go into phase 2, which is the aware you. Everything that you've taken, everything you've learned from that, you now are aware of exactly where you are. And from there, we're going to learn about macros. We're going to learn about a whole bunch of other different stuff. So you make sure you stay tuned to that. And then phase 3 is going to be the in charge you. Phase 1 and phase 2 is going to allow you to take charge of your fitness and your health for overall. And we can take this journey to the next level. So you make sure you stay tuned to that. But listen, my last part, and that's the bonus part. Yeah, I did not leave y'all hanging. I was not going to leave y'all hanging, the bonus part. Now, phase 1 can be hard because it's about tracking, and some of that stuff is just hard. Like what I'm going to use to track my food and stuff like that. Like, listen, there's a bunch of different things you can use. MyFitnessPal. There's a bunch of different things you can use, but I'm offering you something a little better that I believe is better. Something better, something free. Yeah, free that'll help you with all of these things that we talked about for the first phase. Yes, and you can actually join me and be a part of what I'm trying to do as your coach. If you want to say I'm your coach, you can say, hey, Anthony, I need you to be my coach. Listen, this is it. I got a 6-pack, man, I already brewed that. Check my stock price, I'm up on the NASDAQ. You ain't got one, you say, man, that's whack. But your girl said she wanna see me, cause she said I'm lean, mean, green. High protein, I'm big and I'm strong and I'm lean and I'm mean and my energy's renewable and my life sustainable. I keep it green, no lean cuisine and my ego so big I'm hard to fit on screen. So give me some spinach, no Popeye. You know what I'm popping them black eyed peas and the beans and the greens and the weed and the rice and the lettuce and lettuce. You say I'm cool, man, I already knew that. I got a 6